really excited. My granddaughter Zoe is coming. She's going to be shadowing me. It's sort of a school career day thing, and she picked her papa to watch him make videos, do YouTube editing, and we're going to do some watercolor exercises. So I'm excited to introduce you to her. Well, welcome to the Mind of Watercolor, everybody. Today I have my granddaughter Zoe with me, and she is doing what?
Job shadowing!
That's right. And tell them what job shadowing is.
Job shadowing is where you go to the person's house or job place and you job shadow the person, like I'm job shadowing my papa.
Cool. Should we sing Me and My Shadow? You know the song?
No.
Me and my shadow.
Me and my shadow.
Like the seashore clings to the sea.
We're closer than pages that stick in a book. We're closer than ripples that play in a brook. Wherever you find him, you'll find me.
But you would be my shadow. So, the first question is, what are the duties of a person on their job? Okay, question number 2. What are the responsibility of the department they work in? How to spell frequent?
F-R.
Question 3. Do you work independently or 4? Are computers used on the job? This drawer.
Rulers and stuff. And some graphite paper. But if you want to put a character in a pose that's hard to draw, then you do it like that. So I wanted to show you this. Now that's what you see, that's what everybody else sees. But what I see is I go here to this thing called Creator Studio, and this is what I can see. And then I can see my last 4 videos that I posted. I can see all the comments that viewers have made. That's all the comments from all the videos, and I can respond. See?
What?
Now there's a question. So a glaze is just a
Okay guys, this is how you subscribe to him. There's going to be like this red thing right here if you haven't subscribed. And then when you subscribe, it will turn gray. Then over here to the side, if you don't have this, if you don't have those little lines on the side, this means you're not going to get notifications. Then you hit the notification bell. Now you're going to start getting notifications.
And so then you'll see all the videos. You'll know when all the videos come out then?
Yes. And down here below, if you have like a Chromebook like this, you'll get all notifications.
Awesome. Tell everybody what we got at the mall, Zoe.
Okay, we got some Splat balls. We got some Splat balls.
Splat balls.
And we haven't opened up this one. And this is a basketball splat ball. Guess what we're going to be doing with the splat balls?
What are we going to be doing with the splat balls?
We're going to be doing watercolor with the splat ball.
Watercolor splat ball painting. Let's get some red. Let's try this first. I'm going to put it on the paper and then you splat into it. And then we'll try putting some on the ball.
Ready? Keep on splatting.
I'm probably splattering it all over you.
It's a
Demo. are the better splat painter, I admit. Check it out. Splat ball painting.
Try it. It's pretty fun.
So a lot of people ask me about choosing colors. It's just one of the most asked questions. And so I just wanted to offer a few pointers and tips. Arm yourself with information, okay? Search down the nearest art supply store and see what they have in terms of physical brochures. And everything that you can get will probably help you. Like, this is a brochure of the complete line of Daniel Smith colors. And I'm considering putting together a Daniel Smith palette. So I have this core. My local art supplier sells core. So I have this and I've X'd. It's a great way to keep inventory too, quick and easy. So I have that. Schmincke has a really nice brochure. Actually, this is their shorter, smaller brochure. It's fairly accurate. It's not the most, none of these are the most accurate. I'll show you what the most accurate thing is. But this is pretty accurate, and then they have a full catalog that you might be able to get. It's kind of hard to find, which has close-ups of all of these color swatches. This brochure includes their new color line for 2017, and all of these just arm you with good information, and it's usually easy to get for artist grade paints. This is my M. Graham one. And I know I've shown these before, but in case you haven't seen that video, the information they give is invaluable because you've got the light fastness rating, of course the color, the transparency value, you know, whether it's transparent, semi-transparent, or opaque, and the pigment numbers. If you like to compare pigment numbers, you'll have that information. Same with the Daniel Smith, and same with the Schmincke. Now, you can go a step further, and unfortunately not all watercolor companies offer this. In fact, only these two offer it for sale that I know of. I've seen dot cards, these are dot cards, and I've seen sample dot cards from a lot of watercolor companies. Daniel Smith and Schmincke actually offer a dot card sample that you can buy that has their complete line, and this is all of their colors. And I think the Schmincke one was about $30. I think the Daniel Smith one was around $22. And of course it's the tops in terms of accuracy, because all you do is you wet these. And you can use a separate sheet of paper. Usually all I do is get like a water brush so I don't have to keep dipping it. And swatch it out to the side. So I guess probably a lot of you intermediate and advanced painters out there are familiar with dot cards. Daniel Smith and Schmincke are the only ones I'm aware of that sell a dot card sample for their entire line. I have seen a pretty extensive dot card sample for Holbein, and there may be others I just don't know about. But it's just a great way to actually see what that color is. And most of these dot cards are put onto watercolor paper. I've been sent dot card samples for core, but again, they are just samples. They don't have the whole line. You can write the company or go to your local supplier and see if they have any or can get any for you. So watercolor paint is an investment. Even though these dot card samples cost a bit, you'll spend a whole lot more on the actual paint. And especially if you're planning on investing in a number of colors, it helps to get whatever information you can to make the decision. Another tool, I've been asked about this. This is especially helpful for beginners. Schmincke has this watercolor wheel scatter chart. I would say that this is good for beginners that don't have any sense of how colors break down on a color wheel, or you don't trust your visuals yet. The Stephen Quiller palette, which goes along with this is a wheel that you can buy, which takes named colors and actually puts them on the color wheel. So, and that's especially useful for the browns and grays if you're not quite familiar yet. You may say, okay, well, Van Dyke Brown, where does that sit? And he's got that like right between the orange and scarlet, or red orange. Everything towards the center is more neutral. Same with Schmincke, and even though this scatter chart is just for Schminke, you can take these numbers which correspond to their pigments and you can approximate that to any other color that you might own, whether it be Daniel Smith, M. Graham, Core, you name it. This comes off of their big catalog, which I don't have. This was a PDF that I downloaded and printed. I will put the link down in the description below. And this is actually something that can be purchased, and it's got some color theory information on it. So if you want to spend the money, this is free. It's a PDF download, but this I think is around $20. Kind of pricey. What this is actually meant to go with his ceramic palette, which is a ceramic color wheel, and you can arrange your palette in a color wheel. So this is just an aid in getting that set up. But again, these colors can be approximated to just about any brand. Anyway, just a few tips. Make wise choices based on information. Watercolor is expensive, so you don't want to just spend it blindly. So, what are we going to color? We can do this book, or we can do this book.
Let's see. Not this one, there's this one.
Okay.
Here, let's set this right here.
Alrighty. Can you reach the water? Want me to start? See, here's a green. See, I can pre-wet some of this. And you can go out here to see what color you have. Now this is a good book to practice watercolor in because it actually, a lot of coloring books don't have watercolor paper in it, but this has watercolor paper. This is by a lady named Christy Rice. And you can mix green. See, here's a bright green, here's a yellow green, here's a kind of a middle green. And Pop will show you what he's going to do. So if I painted a leaf, I just do like this, and if I get puddles, you blot your brush and you go back and you lift up the puddles.
So you just get water and then
and you just get a little bit of that.
Cool.
And you do it like that. It's okay if it's darker in places. And if you want it lighter than that, you just add a little water to it.
I think that look good.
See how easy that is? And you try to get it as nice and even. And so if you got a puddle that you don't want, you do this with your brush and then go back and it'll soak it right up. See how it does that? And then you can let that dry while you paint another piece. And see how you got it all nice and even. And if you paint it and it doesn't look dark enough, you can wait till it dries and you can put another layer over it. For those of you who are wondering, in case I didn't say it, this is Christy Rice's Summer Cutting Garden. And I will link to it down below, plus all of her other watercolor coloring books. If you are an intermediate or even advanced, or even an advanced beginner, and you want to teach children how to paint, this is a great way to do it. Is with these coloring books.
I'm a beginner of this, so I never.
Such a good job. All right, so it's been a great fun having Zoe with me today, shadowing me for her school project. And anything you'd like to say to everybody, Zoe?
Well, just like me, you can learn watercolor really, really fast.
Yes, you can. Bye, everybody. We'll see you in the next video.